Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast. We're doing it, Caravan Park Edition. Now, before we start, obviously, my co-host Lewis is missing. Before we start, I must tell you, brace yourselves. If you're listening, you'll still probably feel the presence of what's about to happen. If you're watching, sit down. Lewis Spears, please reveal yourself and your shorts.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh boy.
Time has come. I'm wearing shorts. I've completed my test. It was jeans to 2020. Luke, what's the date?
It's the date.
Yeah.
I think it's the 17th of Feb,
What year?
2020.
And that's right. That's why I'm wearing shorts.
Oh, sorry, it's the 18th of Feb for everyone else listening to this, but we were recording it the night before, so it's out at 5 a.m. for our early audio listeners.
That's right. Time to bust out the shorts. I'm on holiday. I'm in a motorhome. I look ridiculous.
And by
but
the way,
I did last, though.
you have blown up social media this week. There's been a lot of posts in
Yeah.
shorts. Now, we posted a picture earlier of us at Sizzler for Keelan's birthday. Now, all the comments should have been, boys, get some fucking respect for yourselves.
Why would you ever go to Sizzler?
Instead, all the comments were just about your knees.
Yeah, me and my knees. Here they are. I did do a pretty good job, though.
Very exciting. It's kind of like when you find like that rare grass Pokemon at the end of Fire Red, the lion one, is it? And he comes out.
The
And
lion
you've
one.
got, it's called like it starts with R.
Raikou?
Yes,
Mm.
nerds will know what I'm talking
That's
about.
not grass. He was just in grass.
That's
He's a
right, he
lightning
comes out
Pokemon.
of the grass.
Well, that would mean that every Pokemon you
But
find is
he's
a grass
in the grass
Pokemon.
near Pallet Town, isn't
Yeah,
he?
but he's a lightning Pokemon. Real Poke fans will agree with me here.
No, I didn't say he was a grass type.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, guys, I'm wearing shorts. I made it 2 weeks in jeans in the RV, and we got to regional Queensland, and I had to give it up.
That's impressive. Have you been on this regional tour one more week than all of us? You got it 2 weeks. Do you know where we are in Australia?
Yes. Well, the main reason I bust out the shorts, it wasn't due to the length of time. It's because we're in regional
We've been on this
Australia.
tour for about 9 days.
Yeah, 2 weeks, 9 days.
Nearing
Yeah.
maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah, about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks to the day.
You know what? 9 days in RV time is 2 weeks.
It feels like a year.
Mm.
Let's be honest. It's a long time
Well,
to
essentially
spend.
has been a lot of our year so far. Has
Yeah.
been spent in this van.
Yeah, I know.
About
Crazy.
a third of our year so far has been spent sleeping with 4 dudes in a van with 3 beds.
Not good.
No.
The real reason I had to bust out my shorts was because once you hit regional Queensland, you really want to prove that you're white just for your own safety. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not too white though. 'cause
No.
then you're untrustworthy and you won't look like a local.
yeah, they'll be
You need
like,
to be like
hang
the
on a
right
minute.
level of tan.
Either
Yeah.
this guy's a tourist or he's albino.
Yeah.
I don't like either of them.
Now, we are in Noosa at the moment at a caravan park. There's been
Mhm.
people walking by. Once again, they
Yep.
think we are shooting some kind of travel show. We're
We're
not.
definitely not.
We're just sitting in deck chairs having a bit of a chat.
Yep.
And look, I would say, surprisingly, Bathurst is still the best caravan park we've been in. Worst place we've been to, best
Mm.
caravan park.
I've been thinking about this. I actually don't think it's that surprising because Bathurst is the worst place for a human to be, but the best place for a vehicle,
Well, oh, true.
right? Bathurst
Big racing
1000.
town.
You know, on stage, the whole show, I was trashing the Bathurst 100. I thought that's what it was called.
And no
Fucking
one,
moron.
like people were. I was at the back, and people were like leaning over, going, "Is he joking? Does he not know?" But people like whispering between their friends, and you were like, Bathurst 100, and everyone's like, "I don't know if it's a bit."
Yeah, I got like half an hour into my set, and Luke yells out, "It's the Bathurst 1000, idiot!" And I was like, "Oh." I do like that people gave me the benefit of the doubt. Once again,
And he
believing that I'm smarter than I
also
actually am.
Didn't know what the New South Wales Year 12 thing was called.
Yeah.
He was calling it VCE, which is what the Victorian Year
Idiot
12
alert.
thing,
Yeah.
and then someone yelled out HSC. Everyone was probably, "It's
And-
HSC," and then Lewis goes, "Oh, ATAR. Oh, I'm an idiot. Sorry."
Stupid. Yeah, because I was saying VCE, thinking I was trying to talk about ATAR. I was saying VCE in New South Wales where they have HSC. That's
Yes.
how backwards my brain is.
Yeah.
So it's
I
good to
think
be here. I fit in regional Queensland.
Yeah, true. I feel like you've found your people.
Mhm.
You know, you don't have to make
Racist
sense.
idiots.
Yeah. Hey, we still have shows on sale. All right. This week we are coming to Bundaberg. Then we're
Mhm.
going to Rockhampton.
That's
then
right.
Mackay. And
Get down, you dirty beasts.
Townsville, and then Cairns. You fucking dogs.
Yep.
Come along.
That's right. It's
And,
going to be good.
We will see you there. And people, a lot of people wearing thongs. Relaxed vibe to shows.
Yeah, they've been fun.
I
The
have
regional
this
ones.
bit about bagging, kind of like just shitting on about how regional people dress.
Yeah.
And boy, it's been hitting a little bit too close to home at some of these shows.
It hasn't been going as well because you're explaining the outfits in regional towns
And people-
as if, obviously this is insane, but the whole audience goes, yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the
Like-
funny bit? Where's the comedic exaggeration? You're just talking about everyday life.
They're like, you've got me. It's relatable. I like it. But where's the joke? And I'm like, oh, no, you're...
Yeah,
this
that's
is the
you.
joke.
You are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
that's
cities,
good.
though, people have a good old chuckle
Mhm.
at those not even less fortunate. That's the thing. We do need to talk about this. The lady getting offended.
Did you just call every regional town less fortunate?
No, I was about to say no, but this is what I was going to get into is the lady who we were talking to at Port Macquarie thought I was picking on people less fortunate.
Oh, we
than me.
we really hit Luke and I hit a milestone
Anyway,
together
hang
on this
before
tour.
we move on. No, people in regional towns are not less fortunate. I was actually going to say that often quite more affluent.
Yeah, they got
Because,
money.
Some, not all places, but a lot of agriculture, farming makes a lot of coin. If you go driving into Shepparton, a lot of big mansions.
And
there.
there's just a lot of people working real jobs as opposed to Melbourne. I'm going to study fucking gender theory and picture economics and all that shit.
What is gender theory a thing?
Yes, it is.
What is it?
It's talking about gender. Being an expert on gender.
What? And then you get on Twitter and
And then you
piss everyone
cancel.
off.
You get at the end of your degree, you get a blue tick and a license to cancel anyone talented.
And also you come out there with no friends.
Yeah.
At the end.
Meanwhile, people in regional towns are like, I reckon I'll just get a job,
Yeah.
a profession, maybe a
Yeah.
skill, or
That's
create
what we've
something.
been realizing. People in regional towns get it.
Yeah.
They just get it. They know how to have fun at the show.
Mhm.
You don't have to tell them how to have fun. They're already up for it.
They're not weird
not
after the
weird.
show.
There's no sweaty hands.
Although there was that one 30-something-year-old woman who grabbed your ass.
I didn't even notice that because she was actually groping me so hard in other areas.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice my ass being
Yeah.
grabbed.
Hashtag me too. She
Yeah.
gave my bum a little bit of a stroke in front of her husband,
Yeah.
who didn't seem that worried about it.
She kissed me on the cheek.
Yeah, I saw that. That was a lot.
little over the line.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was a mum.
Yep.
She literally was like, "Oh, we've left the kids at home,"
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "You
Luke
shouldn't
was
have."
like, "Oh well, can't wait to meet him."
"No, no, no."
Yeah, Luke's been absolutely destroying all of the mums that come to the show. He's going on a MILF rampage.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I wouldn't say MILF, but
Hang on, not sexually.
Mm.
I actually have been going a bit of a rampage and hurting their self-esteem. It's happened twice on tour already. I've gone to call someone.
Oh, yeah.
I've gone. Oh, so there's like a 16-year-old looking guy or like a 20-year-old looking guy, and I go, "Oh, and you've come with your mum tonight, I'm guessing." And then the lights kind of fade up, and it's just this 24-year-old girl
Yep.
sitting there with just
Yep.
the biggest frown on her face, looking down at her work clothes, going, "I knew I should have got changed after work."
Yeah.
It's happened twice.
I kind of had to come out and say, "Don't worry, it's not your head, it's Luke's eyes. He
Mm.
needs to wear his glasses, and he doesn't, and the
Yeah.
audience pays the price for that."
Mm. It was a little bit unfair. One of them, a little bit justified though.
Mm. Yeah, so Luke and I, we achieved a milestone together. Everyone's staring at us. This is great. We achieved a milestone together on the show.
Yeah.
Well, not on the show, during a show, right?
Mm.
We got to kick out our very first audience member. And not just kick out. We didn't say leave and then they left.
No.
Dragged out by security while we were yelling "fuck off," and Zach, the tour manager, played music
He was
to walk them off.
It was. We really kicked her out in spectacular fashion, but
Yeah.
it wasn't like.
The video is coming soon.
Yeah.
We won't ruin the funniest bits of it, but it was fucking intense.
We do want to talk about it because it was obviously we've covered it a little bit in the past in this podcast, like talking about offense and how people often miss the intent of jokes and put their own insecurities or their own problems onto you. There's always a bunch of issues as to why someone may have a problem with a joke.
I've never seen them all at once
Yes.
at the same time from the same person so aggressively. Just, my life sucks. I can't understand humor. I'm angry, and no one else is allowed to enjoy this because I'm correct and you're a white male.
Yeah. It was all rolled into one, and
Mm.
it was from literally the minute we got up on stage together.
Immediately offensive. There was one joke which you'll see in the video, but we won't ruin it because we do it at the shows still. We did it, and it was the joke is making fun of other people who don't respect Aboriginal culture. Right?
It was
so Aboriginals get a mention,
Yeah.
but the target of the joke is people who don't appreciate their culture.
was
That's the joke.
making fun of, other people who are bigots,
Yeah,
essentially.
and immediately she puts her hand up for some reason,
And I thought she was hailing Hitler. I was like, "Oh, you're a little too on board with that one." and then
Yeah.
she's like, "It turns out, no, it was
was-
apparently it was question time."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh fuck, I'm sorry. Is this a Q&A?" 'Cause the show
I
just
actually
started.
thought it was a question because that joke is so obviously such a joke. I actually went to her, "Oh yeah, do you have a question?" And she just went no and started yapping about
no
how
one
it was
else
offensive.
even went, "Ooh."
No, everybody laughed. We've done
Sometimes
it in a few towns now.
Like we might make a joke about like the Holocaust or Hitler, or you
Mhm.
mention something a little bit touchy, I guess, and people
Yeah.
might go, "Ooh," like do that kind of laugh.
That's fine.
But it didn't even get that kind of laugh. Everyone was like, "Ah, yeah."
That's a good
those
joke.
people
and
are
bigots are
bigots.
silly.
Yeah.
That was the joke. Immediately understood. And she just puts her hand up and then starts like talking. What was really weird was that she kept talking at like conversation volume when we were about 8 rows ahead of her, so we couldn't really hear her, but she refused
it
to
was
raise
like
her voice.
Three rows.
No, but it was like
But yeah, it was like 5 meters away.
yeah.
There wasn't many rows. It was in Port Macquarie. We didn't sell many tickets.
Yeah,
As
there
you'll see
weren't
in the
8 rows
video.
of seats.
But she was too far away to be talking like this
Yeah.
at a regular volume. And we literally, it's kind of sometimes fun when there's a heckler who's being a little bit vocal and you can
Yeah.
be vocal back and everyone in the room can hear the exchange.
Yeah.
What was confusing about it was not even we could hear the exchange.
We had people, everyone in the room thought she was such a dickhead that other people started laughing at her, and then people sitting near her would just repeat what she
They-
said so that we could hear and then wreck her for their entertainment. Which
Literally.
is teamwork, isn't it?
Other people behind her started translating.
Yeah.
Like just
At one point, Luke told a very tame joke. She got angry about it and then
What
said...
was the one?
She said, no, and then you went... What did you say? And then a girl behind her went, she said she would lay you out in 3 seconds.
And by the
And
way,
she couldn't.
she goes, look, I'm not, again, I don't want to go into a gender theory class here,
Mm.
right? That's the last thing I'd want to do.
Yeah.
But saying to anyone, let's take gender out of it.
Yeah.
Saying to anyone 2 feet taller than you, I could lay you out in 3 seconds is
Yeah.
an ambitious call.
It really
Whether
is.
you're a woman, man, doesn't matter, right?
Especially for someone who got forcibly removed by a 50-year-old female security
That's
guard.
true.
Embarrassing.
True, you would think if she could lay me out, then the security guard, she would have been fucked.
We would have needed the riot squad, really. World's strongest 5'3" woman.
Yeah. And then
Uh,
I think, look, I was trying not to be rude. It's very hard when someone's disrupting the night for
Especially
you
because
and
it was
everyone
small.
else.
The energy
Yeah.
was like... Everybody else was enjoying it, so it was a brilliant show, except for... You know what it was? The show had cancer, right? All of the other cells were trying to do their job, but there was one cancerous going, nah, fuck it, let's all die.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Keelan was slacking off, but we're back. Where were
The
we?
recorder stopped.
The vibe had cancer. She
yes.
was trying to kill the vibe. Everyone else was trying to do a
Yeah.
good job. She was really tanking it.
It was just a hippie melanoma in the room.
Yeah, and it was really weird because Luke was... We do a split bill, so Luke goes on first tonight. We've switched it up. Luke was on first at this point. We were on together, and she was offended by us, and I said some very mean things, and so did Luke, and that was all a good laugh, and then we were prepared to move
But
on.
it wasn't like... It wasn't any meaner than we would treat anyone else who was being rude.
No,
And it's
we
like-
weren't being mean. We were being funny.
It was like
and
funny, like it's not like we were being mean and the crowd was just sitting there silently. Like it was like
It was all funny stuff.
It was like she said something and we'd wreck her, and then we're like, all right, and we'd try and move on, and then she'd keep going, and we're like, we don't really want to spend the whole night talking to you, to be honest. 'cause
Yeah,
we have
no.
a show to do.
Because it's just like super selfish because everybody else has paid money and fuck it, we've travelled for literally days to be there
Yeah,
to
and-
entertain
and
people.
Obviously, she wasn't a fan of us. If you can't already work that out,
She was brought by two people who were really big fans. We felt really bad for them.
It ruined their night, I think. But that's a bummer. Oh well, it's and whatever.
So anyway, Luke's going through his set and he's doing his best. He's doing really well despite the awful woman.
It was so distracting because it was such a small crowd. When one person's like, and by the way, it's not like she was sitting there and hating it. She was talking whenever I said a joke and would explain to the guy next to her why it was wrong. And I could hear her going,
Yeah.
"You're not allowed to say that, blah blah blah." And she'd just start going,
Yeah.
and then she'd also be like, "Oh." Like
Oh,
after a
really?
joke, yeah, she was like, "Oh."
That's so fucking
And then
like
sometimes I just
aggressively
heard-
rude.
Sometimes I heard, "Wow, wow."
That's
It was
fucked.
just weird. And
I didn't
was just
notice her
like,
doing
"What?"
that.
Like
That's
that's why I kept on
fucking
going back
crazy.
to her, and then
Yeah.
I obviously kept ripping her, and it was like crushing. And that's the thing, because I was ripping her, and everyone else was kind of hating her too.
Yeah.
It was crushing. It kept on bothering her more.
Yes.
So the situation kept escalating because it's like, well, if you yell out something, I have to wreck you. It's
Yeah.
the rules.
That's the
right?
rules. Yeah.
And as long as it's still funny, that's fine. And
Yes.
also, it's one of those things, we have talked about this before as well. It's what we do every night. Like, it's not going to end well.
You will lose
And with
100% of the
microphone,
time.
You don't.
People
and
have paid to see us,
see
not
us.
you.
Yeah,
it's like stepping into the ring
a silly
of a
thing to do.
boxing match, right? But you're not scheduled to fight.
Yeah.
It's like you try and fight two of the boxers at the same time,
Yeah.
thinking you're going to win.
Yeah, you're like the fucking ring girl going, "I'll fucking lay you out, Muhammad Ali." You
But
know?
nowhere near that hot.
Yeah.
So while Luke was doing this, my favorite thing that you were doing was not when you said stuff back to her, would be when you would say a joke
I'd say a
and
joke that I
get
knew
the
she'd
laugh,
hate.
and then would just slowly look her in the eyes
Yeah.
and smile like, "What do you think about that, bitch?"
Yeah.
And then just continue.
I would do like a joke that I knew she'd hate. And by the way, my stuff's not that edgy. Maybe it's a little bit edgier this year, but it's just.
It
whatever.
really wasn't that edgy
No,
at all.
it's not at all. Like, there was this one joke about Michael Jackson. I'm not going to spoil it, whatever, but
Mm.
I knew she'd hate it.
You know the vibe of that joke.
Yeah, you know, obviously
Yeah.
the vein that it's in. And I did it, and everyone, like, it got a big applause and stuff. And then I was like. And she just went.
She just hated it.
And then she started, repeating the same thing. She's like, "I don't feel anything. I don't see this, my face. I don't feel anything."
Like going, "Oh, you're not making
You're
me
not-
laugh. Like you have to make only me
Yeah.
laugh." Like it was so the thing of like, "Oh, am I wrong? Everyone else is enjoying this. Is it me? No, it must be the whole world. I am the only correct one."
She was like, "Your set does not concern me." And I'm not bothered. She kept saying how not bothered she was. And I was like, my favorite part, I was just like, I'll be honest, and I'll leave out her name, but I was like, I'll be honest. I've been doing comedy for 5 years. I do about 150 gigs every year, right? I've done about 800, 700, 800. I've done this 800 times before. I've never seen anyone more concerned than you. I was like, it was shocking. She's like, "I'm not bothered." I was like, "I think you are."
Yeah, she really was. So it got to a point where it was not funny anymore, and it was disruptive, and it was annoying the rest of the
When
audience
she started
because
taking a phone call during a joke.
she got on her phone, and I don't.
Who was she calling?
She was either
Was she just doing it to piss me off?
I think she was actually watching videos on her phone and trying to listen to the volume. Is what I realized she was doing.
She leave?
That's the thing. Like she's fucking.
And we asked her if she wanted to leave. Like, it's not like
We
were like,
gave her
"Fuck
the
off."
option
We were like,
straight
"Would you
away.
like to
We
leave?"
saw that she was going to be a problem for the whole show immediately. So we nicely said, "Oh, you can leave." And I think that right at the start of the show, she said about the joke we made. She said something, and I said, "Oh, that's not okay. Well, can you write down a list of all of the things that we're allowed to joke about, and I'll cater the entire show just to you."
Yeah. It was all about her.
Entitled shit. So anyway, now it starts to be sad and not funny. So while Luke's doing all this, doing his best to handle the cancer, I'm out organising security. I'm like, we're probably going to kick her out if she keeps going.
I'm doing
kick
like
her out.
chemo, like keeping the situation alive, but it's still not going to end well.
And
you
I'm
know?
here, the doctor with the realistic diagnosis. I'm going, we're going to have to amputate. This is it. Right? So I get the surgery ready. I get all the tools, the security. I get Zach, tour manager. I was like, you fucking be ready. I'm going to get her to kick. I'm going to kick her off if she does anything else. And then I see her on her phone, and I'm like, that's fucking it. So Luke's talking about her being on the phone. I get up, and I just grab the other microphone, and I go, hey, girl's name, fuck off. And we just went to town on her,
And
told her
then
to fuck off,
Zach
told her to go
started
home.
playing the na 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 hey hey goodbye over the loudspeaker.
And she still wouldn't leave.
And then she was still like, I can win this. And
Yeah.
then while like the rest of the audience is like, woohoo, she's fucking off.
She's getting dragged out by the security guard. It was very funny. I think from memory, that's when I started to get a little bit mean. I think I said,
don't
this
say
is...
what you said.
no, I won't say the... There's one thing that I said that will never be in the video because it was probably I would say, the meanest thing I have ever said to another human being.
I told Meg that.
Yeah.
And she goes, no, I think that's pretty cool.
It was I think in the moment, because once you get to that point, I was like, okay, you've tried to ruin the nights of 60 other people who have paid on purpose. So I'm going to construct the most hurtful sentence I can think of, and I fucking nailed it, boys, didn't I?
Even I was like on stage, and you see me, I just go, oh.
Okay, but the less mean thing I said, hey, girl's name, fuck off, go home. This is sad. You're embarrassing yourself. This is pathetic. You will remember this for the rest of your life, and we will never think of you after this week. Go home. You're an embarrassment. And then I did something else that was very mean, and then I did something that was very funny.
That was also a lie, though, because I'll always remember her.
Yeah, I was just trying to hurt her feelings.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, you said that, and I was like, no, we'll all remember this night.
Yep.
Even the people in the crowd will be like, that was the night that Luke and Lewis kicked out that fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
There was a bloke at the back who looked like Shane Warne who came up to me, and this is just like, him looking like Shane Warne is irrelevant. It just kind of sums up the vibe of the guy. He walked up to me, and we're in Port Macquarie, and he was so ashamed of her being there. He goes, mate, and even though he knew she was, he goes, mate, I'm from Port Macquarie. We're all from Port Macquarie. She's not from here, though. And then he just left. He was so ashamed to even be associated with her.
She got disowned by Port Macquarie.
By the town.
You know what's really funny as well? You guys will see the video probably in a few weeks. We have to edit it nice and good and work out what to do with it. But what was really funny was I heard from the security guard afterwards that when because she had to get dragged out from our show directly into someone's 50th birthday party at the RSL. Then
Karen's 50th was just fucking destroyed by
ruined.
bad vibes.
Have you thought about this? She would have had to go through Karen's 50th, down the stairs, through the pokey room, out the door, down the ramp, into the car park, and then she's out.
That's a lot of thinking time, isn't it?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a lot of times you're going, did I handle myself correctly back there?
Yeah, just getting embarrassed in front of 6 different functions.
Yeah, so the thing that you said.
So, yeah, and when she got to the car park, this is what she said. Well, whatever, I don't care. What happens in port stays in port. Hey, not if you film it.
Yeah. And
So
also,
stay tuned, guys.
don't compare Port Macquarie to Las Vegas. It's just not the same thing.
It really is not.
Yeah. If people get chlamydia in port, it comes home with you.
Yeah.
It doesn't stay in port. What you were going to say what you said to her? You said one thing that wasn't fucked?
Oh, just you're sad, you're embarrassing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I said this is sad for you and nobody else.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
And I think the other thing that will cut out of the video may have almost made her cry. And that's an achievement, ladies and gentlemen. Well done.
You know what? She had it coming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
now,
come see us live.
yeah. And by the way, every other show, so good.
Incredible.
Like,
and
it's
that
so
show,
lovely.
despite her, was
great.
fucking great.
You know what else was one of my favourite parts looking back on the night is I went first. Now, look, Lewis's set probably definitely edgier than mine. She was hating mine. I'm thinking the whole time during mine, I was like, oh God, fucking strap in. You're going to hate Lewis's. Like, if you're hating this, she thought because I was making fun of guys wearing khaki shorts in Gundagai that I was making fun of the less fortunate.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are you...
Oh, she did too.
Yeah, and she hated that joke. And I was like, oh, it's a joke about guys dressing like...
That's crazy. So
Bindy
she's a fucking hero, dude. She stood up for...
She stood up for everyone.
She stood up for people who are less fortunate. She stood up for people who are racist against Aboriginal
people. You know what? I made
people.
a few jokes about men, and she actually... I saw her having a good giggle.
Yeah.
So, you know what? Equality, man. Stand up for me, too.
That
She
is
pointed out
funny.
that I was a man at one point.
Yeah.
She ran out of arguments, and at one point she just goes, "You're a man?"
Yep.
And I was like...
Yes. In case you haven't noticed.
Yeah.
I think she said, when I was on stage with you, she said, this is right at the start, she said, "You're a tall, straight, white man in a Lacoste t-shirt." She just started describing me. I just wanted to be like, firstly, what the fuck does being tall have anything to do with it? Maybe, yeah, white male privilege.
If she
sure,
had have
I'll
said,
take that.
"Hey, you dress like an Oz rapper," I would have been like, "Dude, you got owned." But
Yeah.
she didn't. I think that's what she was implying.
I think she was implying that I was very rich because I had a name brand t-shirt, and so that's why I'm privileged. It's like,
little
bro,
did she know that you were going to be sleeping on a floor in a
Yeah.
camper van within 4 hours of that conversation.
I actually had no home. It's like, dude, you're wearing clothes that were made by children. At least I know mine were made in safe working conditions. You fucking hero. But anyway, guys,
What a fun vibe this
I'm
tour
going
has been.
to,
It's getting a bit dark, actually. Are we still... Is this still well lit?
yeah, we might have to adjust the camera settings here.
But yeah, so what else has been happening on the tour?
I just want to say, grab your tickets now. Our comedy festival shows are on sale. We're doing the same venue back to back. So you can see Luke's show and then you can see my show. Luke's tickets at lukekidgel.com. My tickets at lousespears.com. That's going to be really, really great. Come see us at the Melbourne Comedy Festival.
Doing a brand new tour as well, going to capital cities, more regional towns all around Australia in May and June. So check out the website. And I'm coming, and we also might have a couple of other announcements soon for other areas.
Me?
But yeah, we might.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's coming. Yeah, that's such a big secret. I forgot about it. That's very
You
cool.
actually hit it from yourself. You were
Yeah,
like, "Oh,
it's
can't tell
gone.
me. I'll
Mhm.
fucking let it slip." Yeah. So, Keelan, it's your birthday today.
Happy birthday,
Yesterday
Keelan.
for everyone listening, but today for us recording. Happy birthday! And how was your day?
It was considering it was good.
I mean, look, there was a
Really? You think that was a good day?
Can we describe the day?
It was a day.
Okay, so hang on. Just before we describe the day, Keelan, I want you... So right now you think you had a good day. What I want you to do is listen to us describe your day, because we were all there for the whole day. We all had the same day. And after we describe it, I want you to reevaluate your position and just let us know if you still think it's a good day.
He doesn't have to reevaluate it. Just listen, take it all in, and then I want to see...
Yeah,
What
just
do you think?
reevaluate. See if you still think it's a good day, that's fine. But I just want you to listen to what we thought of the day.
Yeah.
Okay. So what did we do first, Luke?
Woke up. Keelan took half an hour to get out of bed because he was a bit
I
tired.
I have a defense. No need to get out of bed if there's nothing to do.
Well,
Your birthday.
you know,
And I had
what
nothing to
about, you know, living life to the fullest is a good reason to get out of bed
In a
when the
caravan
alarm goes
park
off.
Yes.
In Toowoomba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we had to get out early.
True, granted, not a lot to do there, but
Yep, okay. You know what, Keelan? Checkmate. You
Then-
got us.
actually, you got off to quite a good start.
Mhm.
We split up for breakfast because Keelan and I were too fussy. Didn't want what
Zach and I went to a real cafe, a place that had eggs Benedict,
no,
had normal food,
I would say
had bacon and
I would
eggs.
actually say the cafe that we went to was more of a cafe. You went to like some shitty Melbourne cafe that was in Toowoomba. No
Mhm.
backrest, stools outside,
Yeah.
inconveniently sized tables. I was like, oh, I feel like I'm back at home. I hate this.
Luke looked at the menu and
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, there's no real food on the menu."
Yes.
Zach, what was on the menu? Can you just remember? Do you remember?
I think it's pretty easy, just bacon and eggs.
Yeah,
mate.
it was
Yeah.
just no. There wasn't
Yeah,
bacon and eggs.
what-
Yes,
at
there
every
was. That was the
cafe.
first menu.
No, I wanted a bacon and
Eggs
egg roll, and they
your
didn't have
way.
it. Yeah, eggs
Item
your
number
way.
one.
Yeah, they didn't do like bacon and egg
Item
roll.
number 2,
So-
eggs Benedict.
yeah,
Salmon,
I don't like
bacon
eggs.
Mhm.
or ham.
I don't like
Normal.
eggs.
I don't like
Yeah.
I don't like eggs either.
They didn't have
What do you
any
want for breakfast
pancakes. They didn't have any pancakes
fucking
or
child.
milkshakes. What the fuck is
What
wrong
did you,
with
what did you end up having?
Pancakes and a strawberry milkshake.
Fuck.
Yes.
10 years old.
And then I read a K-Zone magazine afterwards and played with my dick for an hour.
See, that woman called him a straight white male. No, that is a straight white boy.
Yeah, how dare she? I'm 9, thank you very much. Don't use that against me. I have no privilege. Well, I do, but, mummy and daddy pay for it.
Right? So breakfast was good. That was good. Except...
No, well, this is what I was getting into.
Yeah,
so
I want to get
Keelan-
on to what Keelan did straight after
No,
breakfast.
but we're still at breakfast.
Oh,
so
okay.
Keelan thought it would be funny to tell the weight stuff. You know what? Keelan has a sense of humor that sometimes just like... It's very... I know, look, I'm not going to trash this because it's my most viral video.
He has
but
a sense
he has
of
the
humor.
sense of humor that often is funny because it's not.
Yeah.
Right? Which was a viral video that I did, right?
Yeah.
In the same vein. But Keelan goes to the people who were working there when I wasn't in earshot. Oh, it's Luke's birthday today. Maybe can you give him some special pancakes? The guy came out and was like, we believe it's your birthday today. And Keelan's just there filming. It's his birthday. And I'm like,
Alright.
oh, it is. And then I get little sprinkles and stuff on my pancakes.
That is pretty good.
And then as soon as he stopped filming, he goes, no, seriously, though, I want those.
He took your birthday pancakes. That's funny. Yeah, Keelan has a sense of humor, like he has the sense of humor in the same way that like a blind person can get around because they have the other senses, but every now and then they're going to walk into a couple of walls, you know? So mostly correct, but every now and then.
So that was the way his day started. A bit of a laugh. He thought he'd have a good laugh
was good.
because it wasn't my birthday, it was his.
Mm.
And then what happened after breakfast?
After breakfast, immediately after, we're at JB Hi-Fi picking up a hard drive, and Keelan goes,
Oh, no, wait, before that, we were walking down the street.
yeah, this.
Then Keelan goes, oh, were you going to say that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, oh, I need to use the bathroom. And Luke goes, yeah, we'll find someone. He goes, no, I have to go now. And
Yeah.
then just
He goes,
runs
I need
away.
to shit right now. I was like, right now? Can you hold it for a bit? He's like, no, I got to know now. So then he went off for 10 minutes and did that.
This is
So
while
you
we're in
almost
public. They
pooed
weren't at the
yourself in
cafe.
public after your fucking sprinkle.
Did you know where a toilet was?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
knew no, it was. I had the urge, but it wasn't big enough. And then I went, if we walk away, I'm not gonna.
Wasn't big enough? What do you
The
mean?
urge wasn't big enough to
Oh,
shit.
I thought you meant... I thought
He's
you meant...
measuring his own poos while they're inside him
I
still.
thought you
And
were
then-
like going, oh, not girthy enough, you had to wait or something.
Me and Luke had to walk to JB Hi-Fi to meet you guys, so I just went, fuck it, I'll go take a poo.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
Okay.
So, and then
Good.
we...
It wasn't
Did
a
that.
diarrhea poo.
Then it was... then we went to the big lawnmower.
Yeah. I was so disinterested
Oh,
in
yeah,
the big
sorry.
lawnmower.
In between that, Keelan slept for 2 hours in the car.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably the highlight of the day.
I don't know if Keelan... I don't know if we have like a video editor. I think we just have a Labrador.
That's what I said in my podcast this week.
Oh, did
Because
you?
he just inhales shit.
Oh, maybe that's where I got it from.
Oh,
But he
maybe.
also acts like one. I think he just like all he does is like eat, poo, and
Yeah.
sleep, and all three of those things are done like now. I have to do it now. I have to sleep. I have to eat. I have to poo now. And then whatever else happens is just like mostly lights and smells.
Yeah. That's a really good, accurate description, right? So then we got to the big lawnmower. Now, look, Zach, your activities have been hit or miss, let's be honest. A few hits,
Yeah.
right?
What you can get.
The Blue Mountains was great. We
Beautiful.
love that. Great
Blue
lookout.
Mountains are beautiful.
I didn't even know Australia had that much beauty.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also went to the Big Orange. We didn't even stop at that one.
The big orange,
So
sucked.
small.
was tiny.
Yeah.
It looked like just a
A
golf
medium
ball
mandarin.
that someone had painted orange and then stuck on a stick.
We went past a shop in Toowoomba called Golf World, had a bigger golf ball out
It
the
did.
front than the Big Orange.
Yep.
And then we also went to the Big Oyster above a Nissan
Yeah.
in a town called Teary. That was...
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you reckon? We didn't even stop at
Well,
that one.
the problem with that
Well,
is
no, there was a good one. Oh, you know what? I actually didn't mind the Big Axe.
the big axe was pretty good. It was a very big axe.
The
Although
big prawn was the big.
The big prawn next to a Bunnings in
Mm.
Ballina. I don't know how to say it.
I mainly
Ballina,
liked the
yeah.
big axe because it had a sign that said on it that the big axe was to commemorate some wood chopping champion, and it said in their plaque he set a world record in 1940 something that will never be broken. And immediately I was like, that's a fucking big call.
Yeah.
Google it. It was broken like a few years later,
Yeah,
and it's just been that plaque's just been there lying for 50 years.
yeah. So then, anyway, so essentially his activities are mainly just seeing big shit along the road.
Mhm.
And today was the big lawnmower. And did we see anything? Oh, we skipped the big pineapple. I've already seen it before. That's actually the best big thing.
Oh, we skipped that one. I thought we were going to see that.
Well,
For
this
a couple of days. But
yeah, we can still go.
Steve's driving back.
Yeah, we don't want to drive backwards. It's only forwards from here.
Yeah,
We'll see.
Well,
Maybe.
this is what we did instead. It was Keelan's birthday, so
The
obviously
big oyster, though, being an aphrodisiac, made all the boys incredibly horny.
yeah.
For a Nissan.
For a Nissan, did
Yeah,
you say?
That was funny. I wanted to go into the big oyster, but it was on top of a car dealership. So they would have so many people coming in going, and just you'd walk up to people and go, hey guys, you looking for a car? Like, oh, I actually just want to look at the big oyster. Like, oh, what about a Nissan? It's like, no, you put a landmark on your fucking car store. I'm here to look at it.
No one wants a fucking Nissan.
Because the
anyway.
big banana had bananas and T-shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that's an impulse buy. No one's
Oh,
like, oh, while I'm here, I'll get a Nissan.
a Nissan. Ooh, okay. Is that how you say it?
I think that might be how
A
the
Nissan.
inventors say it.
Oh, is it a Japanese car company? Or
Yeah, a Nissan.
Ah.
Nissan.
So then we.
Oh, a Nissan. That's how I say it.
Okay. Then we gave Keelan a choice
Ah,
of
Nissan.
where to go for lunch,
Mm-hmm.
and
Which is always a mistake.
yeah. Well, it was his birthday. It was Keelan's big day,
Yeah.
and
Big day.
we went to a Sizzler because we're in Queensland and we didn't have them in Melbourne, so it's a little bit of a novelty.
Yeah.
But he goes, look, I know it's going to be shit, but like we can't do that at home. Was kind of his reasoning.
Which is a bit of a blessing.
And
I warned everyone
Yeah.
going in because you had never been to a Sizzler.
no,
And you were like, oh, it'll be all
I
right.
kind of went in with the attitude of how bad can it be? And ladies and gentlemen, if you've also never been, it's that bad.
It really
It's
is the worst
worst-
restaurant in the country.
Don't call it a restaurant. It's the worst attempt at a buffet
Yeah.
I've ever seen. I've seen primary school fates catered better than the Sizzler. that
We
we're
walk
at. Now
in-
Zach's hating this because he thought it was good.
Look, I'm not going to lie. I really enjoyed it.
You know what?
You
You
all
went,
sitting there hating on it.
you went in hating on it as well.
Yeah.
And then you got turned.
I come out with the positive spin.
Zach
Yeah.
got the steak, which I suspected would be the only thing that would be kind of edible because it honestly it's hard to fuck up a steak. Like you can have an average steak or an amazing steak.
but I
You
was
very
happy
rarely
with
get
the-
bad
He
ones.
liked
I
the
was happy
salad.
with the salad bar. I was happy with the ice cream.
What about the dessert?
Mate, the mousse, not bad.
It was fucking disgusting. And these
It's
fools,
all
right?
good.
There's all different menu options. Zach got the steak and the unlimited buffet.
Yeah.
And the other two options is you can get unlimited buffet or you can get single trip buffet. I, being the Einstein, got single trip.
No, being the dishonest person.
No,
got the single trip.
It says single trip. It says nothing about quantity of plates
Yeah.
or serving size.
So Lewis
if
got
I
3
can carry
plates.
3 plates in one trip, that's what I paid for. A trip.
Mm.
If I went in there with a bucket,
Here's the
I
thing.
paid for a
The
trip.
only reason why Lewis got away with it because the staff were all like 15 and far too self-conscious to say anything to him. So Lewis
Yep.
just sat there eating 4 plates.
That's
when he
right.
paid for one.
Mm-hmm.
And
What did it cost you? $12.
$12.
yeah. And by the
that's
way, he
a bargain.
still got ripped off.
Yes,
I would
definitely still
say.
got ripped off. They
You
should have
reckon you
paid
got
me.
ripped? Oh, mate.
Dude,
Keelan-
I still feel it inside me. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to feel
I'm
good for 3
honestly
days.
sick of treating my body like a bin on
Yeah.
this tour.
And
it's disgusting.
watching Keelan have a birthday meal and treating himself was fucking
So,
next level.
This was my favorite part. So he goes, he ordered a main meal plus the
Sorry.
buffet.
Sorry to interrupt you, Luke. Before we begin telling you what Keelan ate when he got to Sizzler, let me tell you what he had before he got to Sizzler. He had
before.
Oh,
he had
this
pancakes.
is before. He had pancakes. What did he drink?
No, coffee.
Ice
Coffee?
latte.
Ice latte?
Oh,
so
okay.
that's got ice cream in
Yeah.
it, right?
No.
No?
Just ice.
Just
and-
ice and
Just ice?
coffee.
Okay, good man. Right. So he had pancakes. Did the pancakes have ice cream on them?
Yes.
Okay,
He didn't
well,
finish
great.
the pancakes though.
Pancakes. He had a blue V, which he sculled in literally 30 seconds. I
Oh,
watched him do it.
Yeah,
Less.
but yeah.
I
Yeah.
reckon less, because you sculled it on a Snapchat, which means you did it in about 10 seconds.
Yep, true. It didn't tick over into the next snap. So 250 mil of blue V in 10 seconds.
Yep.
Then 500 mil of Monster.
Yeah.
Did you have the second can?
I didn't have the second.
Can we have
Thank
a quick
God.
detour about how he acquired the monster? And yet another hiccup in Keelan's big day.
Yeah.
Right? Again, I don't know how you think this is a good day. We were at the petrol pump filling up the van, and I go, Keelan, there's a sweet deal they're advertising. It was 2 Monster Energy
500
cans
mil.
for $5.80,
Mhm.
and you get a free Monster Energy keyring. And as soon as I said free keyring, Keelan's eyes lit up. He loves free shit.
Now, obviously,
he was-
Luke was joking.
Oh yeah, because
That was a joke.
The joke
like,
was
oh, who would ever get this?
why would you ever want a Monster Energy keyring was kind of the bit.
Yeah.
Keelan though doesn't. I know he doesn't want the keyring, but he also loves getting value for his money.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Fuck yeah!" Goes in, gets the 2 monsters. Then he's like, "Oh, so do I get my free keyring?" Like, yeah, like, cause no one asked for it, and they go, "Oh, I don't think we have any." And then Keelan goes, "Oh," and then kind of makes the girl look for it for about a couple more
Oh,
minutes.
he made the girl get
He was
another
like-
staff
he's
member,
like,
and
"You
they were both
sure?"
looking. And they didn't give a fuck. Like, they didn't look hard at all. They worked really hard to look like they were looking.
Yeah.
That's how hard they
They're
worked.
literally like, "No, I don't think it's here."
Yeah, they lifted one sheaf of paper and go, "Oh, there's just more paper under there. I guess there's no key ring.
Anyway.
Sorry, mate."
But yeah, and then on the way out, I was like, he goes, "Oh, this sucks," and I was like, "You still get your monster?" And he goes, "Oh, true, I still got a good deal."
Then sculls it.
Still happy about
Quick
that.
as fuck.
2 for 5. It's
Right.
great.
$5.80.
Did you also have the Pepsi Max?
Yeah.
You
Oh, no,
did?
No, I haven't drunk it.
No.
yet.
Okay. So
Last night from the rider at the venue, he just grabbed 4 on the way.
yeah. Everyone has been texting me gifts to buy Keelan. My brother made me buy him the Blue V, and then How to Basic transferred me $5 to buy him a Pepsi Max. Everybody just knows the perfect gift for Keelan is something that will eventually claim his life.
Now, so we're at Sizzler. Then you order a main meal plus the added unlimited buffet option because a steak is all. Would you get a steak thing? Isn't enough? Yep.
Yeah.
And I quote, "That was the worst thing he's ever had." He had taco, so he tried to
Insane.
have it almost a main meal.
Yeah.
Had one bite, goes, "This sucks," and then went straight on to desserts. And then,
Started with dessert.
and by the way, you're not allowed to defend this because I have photo evidence.
Yeah.
You had 8 desserts. Yes.
Yes.
If you count the photo that I took of you, I sent it to Meg and I was like, "Count the things," and Meg goes, "Oh my god, he had 8."
8
And then I also sent her a
desserts.
video, filmed 5 minutes later, of you throwing up at the front of the Sizzler.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So that was Keelan's birthday. He sculled about a litre of energy drink, had 8 desserts, a full main course, and everything you could have from the buffet, and then vomited outside a Sizzler. Is that a good birthday?
You're 20 years old.
It's our day.
I'm glad we
A day in the
downgraded
life.
that.
Yeah, day of the life.
That's good.
You know what was one of my favourite moments? Oh, there was 2 standout moments from these 2.
Mm.
You tell them about Zach's favourite, your favourite Zach moment in the buffet.
Oh, I forget. He
Oh, I'll
said
tell
something. He
no,
said
he
something
didn't say
hilarious.
anything. That's what he did. He got his main course.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he gets his steak, right? Normal steak meal, good steak, get a bit of salad, you get this, you get that, right? The first thing he does in front of the waiter gives him, "Here's your steak, sir." And Zach goes, "Thanks." Puts his entire hand into the salad, picks up all the salad and throws it into another bowl, and then makes the waiter take it away. "Oh, thanks, mate." Grabs all of the vegetables, throws it away. Immediately.
In his defense, he had already had a bit of salad beforehand.
What?
It's a shit
He didn't.
salad,
He didn't
mate.
want a double salad. I think, but it was
I don't
just.
want to be too healthy.
Yeah. Oh, God forbid! Yeah, you actually shit. for
Why don't you
once.
be a bit healthy?
And my favorite Keelan moment from Sizzler today was when he had. So he had one green jelly, was like, "This is great." Then he had another one and said, "Oh, this one's disgusting. Yeah, I'm gonna stop." And then 10 minutes later, came back with another green jelly and was like, we'll see if it was a one-off." And then through that one, he's like, "Oh, this is shit," and then ate the whole thing.
And before when he
I don't know how you do it.
when he hit a reasonable amount of food, like a normal human amount of food that he's eaten, he goes, "You know what, boys? I've started to listen to my body and stop eating when I'm full." And we were like, "Oh, that's great."
Yeah.
We were honestly surprised.
He sat back and he stopped and he just breathed in and we're like, "Oh my God, he's 20 now, he's maturing."
Yeah.
And then he went and grabbed 4 more desserts.
Finished on the raspberry one, so just in jellies he had 4 jellies.
He had 4
Four-
jellies.
four
Was it 2
jellies.
mousses?
3 mooses.
3
And an
mooses?
ice cream bowl.
And an ice cream bowl. Yeah, 8.
Yeah. And a steak wrap and tacos.
Oh, he didn't really eat much of the taco because he didn't like the sauce.
No, you
Spicy
had a
pork.
taco though.
Yeah. He didn't finish it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he tried to eat a main meal, then just went straight onto dessert.
Insane.
We're about to go out and get Palmer's.
Yes, so now we're going to go.
Oh,
for
are we
dinner
getting
and-
more food?
Yeah.
How do you feel now? Do you feel good?
I feel full.
But like, do you feel
Hang on.
bad?
No.
You don't feel
I
bad.
fine.
I don't know. Honestly don't think you know what it's like to feel good anymore.
I think you feel normal for you. I think you feel
I
bad
feel
and
a
you
little
don't know
bit
what
sick,
it is
I'll be
anymore.
honest. I don't think the taco sauce was very good.
It's
think
like
I
when
feel a
people
little bit
come out of
slow,
like
yeah.
a long depressive episode and they didn't even realize they were depressed until they laugh one day and they go, "Oh fuck, I was sad."
Yeah.
You didn't know how shit. You don't know how shit you feel.
I feel a bit, groggy, bit slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Groggy hasn't had one drink. Just
Not-
groggy
oh.
from the grease.
Not groggy in a drinking way, but yeah.
So yeah.
Anyway,
What else has been going on?
How long have we been going, Keelan?
30, 40 minutes.
Oh,
Oh
really?
yeah, Keelan's called a local radio station today.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that's right.
we need to talk about this. It wasn't that. It was okay. We're just kind of more this is our board we've been getting. Like we've just been listening to local radio and we've realized how easy it is to get on air because Keelan was the only caller. And also we want to talk about this guy on the plane, that viral video.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we'll talk about the guy on the plane, then we'll get back to bullying Keelan. So the video has been going nuts on Twitter of this, I believe it was a Delta Airlines flight, of this woman. She's selfie recording herself, right? And she's leaned her chair back, and the guy behind her is just repeatedly punching the top of her chair. And I think he's trying to pretend that he's not doing it, or he doesn't realize that she's filming him. So he's that angry because he was all the way at the back of the plane. He can't recline.
I don't think he was trying to be subtle at all.
You don't think?
He was punching the back of her chair repeatedly. That's not subtle.
I guess so,
What was it?
yeah.
Oh, this turbulence is this bad.
I've just never seen confidence like that in my life.
I just think it was like, I think it's an American thing to do, is just be so aggressive and arrogant at the same time.
I think both of them are definitely assholes. The guy, absolutely more so, but the woman, for sure,
if you're watching the
is
video, we've
also an
chucked in like a
arsehole.
silent version of the video
Mhm.
now, right? But so from this footage, Lewis posed this question to me. He said, "Who do you think is the bigger asshole?" Because obviously, it's kind of rude, leaning your seat back if you know the person behind you doesn't like it. I guess.
Yes, and I think that ultimately, right, the biggest enemy in this situation, this is so typical, pitting people against each other when the problem is giant corporation.
Mm.
It's Delta's fault for squishing so many people in and giving
Every
you a
airline.
recline feature. It's like either give everybody enough room to recline or don't have the feature. I've been on planes where there's no recline. It's fine. Right?
So many mosquitoes
Often,
around here.
reclining, the recline feature makes your flight worse, especially for me. I'm 6'8". I got the longest legs ever. If somebody reclines their seat in front of me, right, and I board last every time, so they see how tall I am, they're an asshole every time, right? So I deploy the knees. I'll never hit someone's chair, but I will just let them know that my knees are there before they recline, not after. So when they recline, I want them to feel my knees, and 99% of the time they recline, they go, "Oh, someone's there, I won't be a cunt."
Yes.
And they move back forwards,
But
right?
that's a very Australian thing to do.
Mm.
Is I
Not
wouldn't
being
want
a
to
douche.
be a wanker.
Yeah.
But in America, they're like, this is a free country. My right to recline. Like that's honestly
That's what
their
I was seeing
mindset
on
a little
Twitter
bit.
so much that you really wouldn't see too much in Australia of that
Well, people
selfish
arguing for it,
individual
going,
mindset.
It's her right to recline.
Yes, yeah,
Oh,
I was
that's
seeing that
such a
everywhere of
silly
like,
thing.
so someone reasonable will be like, "Oh, that guy's obviously an arsehole for not for punching a chair, but also she shouldn't recline her chair if it makes the person behind them uncomfortable because that's selfish." And all of these replies going, "She paid for a ticket and she paid for the feature. She paid for the recline feature so she can use it no matter what's happening behind her," which is just so selfish.
No, it's just I think the word is American.
Yeah, that's such like individualist, like, I can do whatever I want because I paid for that, and if someone gets hurt, doesn't matter because I like me.
In Australia, honestly, if someone did that to me, I wouldn't like. This is how an Australian deals with that situation. Someone reclines, I don't like it. Right? Instead of punching the seat, I'd be like, "Excuse me, madame, do you need a vibe check?" You know, and you just vibe check her. I'm
Yeah.
like, I think they're off.
Yeah.
Maybe switch them back on. Power up those vibes.
Yeah.
Because you're fucking slacking.
Yeah.
And I think the other people around you on the plane would be like, "It's true. She does need a vibe check."
Yeah,
You know?
they
We're not
really
gonna be
would.
able to fucking fly to Maroochydore or
Mhm.
whatever, shitty flight it is.
Yeah, for sure.
What was the scenario on the regional planes?
They
with
didn't
the-
recline. They did not
small
recline.
planes.
Yep.
That's a good call from
That
Rex.
makes sense, yeah, because there's no room to recline. I think ultimately it's the airline's fault, but I do think I do think that it's so funny. That guy is such a bitch. He didn't have the balls to ask her to move, or maybe he did, and she was like, "Fuck you, I'm doing it anyway," and then he did that, which is still no excuse. But
My favorite
Gives you a
was in
reason.
the video. He's just on his phone, like
Yeah.
doing something else while punching her.
multitasking.
He's just like, I got shit to do, but I also want to make this woman's life hell.
And-
And like, so good.
I gotta say, like, obviously he's in the wrong and he's an asshole, but I have to respect that level of pettiness. What a petty king
You know what?
that man
I
is.
respect both parties in the situation.
Mhm.
Lewis goes, "Who's the biggest arsehole?" I'm like, no, it's about who's the biggest king.
Yeah.
Right? I think the woman is still the top dog in the situation.
Yep.
Because not only she's like, God, it will be so uncomfortable to sit in that space.
Yeah.
To sit in the space of people are filming this. This guy's obviously agitated, but I'm just gonna relax. And
Yeah.
also, her head's going like this
Yeah.
because her seat's being punched, and she's like, "That's fine. I'm relaxing. This is a holiday. It's gonna be fine."
She really
She's
was
just
vibing.
ignoring it
Mm.
to piss him off.
Yes.
So I think that was even
Very
more of a
petty.
top dog move than punching.
Yeah, for sure. But I just love what I think is so funny is that it's just two fucking people that can't talk to each other. Like, what's the issue with turning around and going, "Hey, can you not do that?" Or the guy going, "Hey, can you move your chair forward? I'm really uncomfortable because I can't recline mine. Is that okay?" Like, neither of them could do that. Like, they're acting like literally fucking toddlers.
I think, to be honest, the fact that went viral this week on Twitter, that's a good week. You know what I
Mm.
mean? That means nothing bad's happened.
True.
If that's I think that's good for the world.
Yeah.
If that's the worst thing that's happened, then that's fine.
World's a better place.
Because a lot of bad shit gets caught on camera every day.
Yeah.
You know, we filmed Keelan throwing up outside of Sizzler.
Yeah.
That was
Travesty.
raw.
Mm-hmm. The Delta CEO, and I'm sorry if I'm getting the brand name wrong. I'm pretty sure it was Delta, but I also don't give a fuck. It's every plane.
Are they the?
I have the quote up here if you want to read it.
Is it Delta?
Yeah.
Ah, I thought so. Yeah, the CEO.
Are they like the Tiger Airways of America?
Yes, yeah, they are. I think I took a Delta flight, and it was awful.
I'd say American Airlines is the worst one. Delta's
Mm.
like mid-tier. American is worse.
Oh, is it? You'd know,
I think
Zach.
Delta's with Virgin as well, though.
Right.
They'd
See,
have to have some sort of level.
I flew Qantas to America, and then I got linked up with whatever their partner, whoever is affiliated with Qantas. So I don't know. Maybe
So-
it's United. I don't know.
The Delta CEO, in response to the controversy, because everyone basically agreed of like both of these people are assholes, but the real problem is Delta. So the CEO came out and said, "We've been testing reduced recline and seeing a response on that. We actually have a fair amount on our fleet with reduced recline as a result of that, which is good. I think that's great. Recline a little bit or not at all." And then he goes, "As for the Delta CEO, who is tall himself and often travels in coach, lie. If you're the CEO of a fucking plane company, you're not flying coach. That's a lie. He's a millionaire. He's flying private. There's no way. He runs Delta. There's no way he's going to fly Delta, right? If I
No.
owned a McDonald's, I'm not eating there. I know what goes in it."
Yeah.
He said he avoids reclining altogether. And he goes, "I think if somebody knows there's a tall person behind them and they want to recline in their seat, I think the polite thing would be to make certain it's okay and ask first." Totally on board with that. And then he goes, "I never recline because I don't think it's something. Seeing as I'm the CEO of the airline that I should be reclining in my seat, and I never say anything if someone reclines into me." Dude, that guy must be either a massive liar or the most humble man on earth. But yeah, I think that's the ultimate thing is you just need to ask, and if someone's being an arsehole or if there's an issue, just go, "Hey, excuse me, can you please not do that?"
It's like fucking ask for consent.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not as invasive as that. Actually, no, I feel pretty invaded when someone reclines.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Glad we solved that issue, guys. That was the biggest issue on Twitter. Hey,
Do you want to do the thing we talked about?
Lewis,
what did you talk about?
it's time.
How did I miss this? We live in the same place.
It's
What?
time.
It's
What?
time. We've all
This
banded
is-
together.
It's time.
What?
Now, I don't. This may seem right now like a mutiny, a little bit.
You've all betrayed me? What's going
No,
on?
it's an
You
intervention.
betrayed your captain, the captain of the motorhome?
Oh, well, this is where it comes in.
What?
It's an intervention.
What?
Now, how do you? Okay,
Uh,
Keelan, may I ask you something? Obviously, Lewis doesn't drive on this trip,
Yeah.
and many would argue,
Yeah,
did you just
they're
get
ferocious,
pooed on
aren't
by a
they?
bird?
Oh,
Bat piss?
I don't know what just fell on me, but something did.
Oh, anyway. I think it was just something from a tree.
That's
Keelan.
what you get for betraying me. 1,000 years bad luck. Curse of the bats.
Keelan. Obviously, Lewis doesn't drive on this trip, so you would think that because he offers next to nothing, right? He would make up for it in other areas. He would do his best in other areas on this trip to pull his weight. Now, Keelan and Zach, how do you think Lewis is tracking on the trip so far?
I am surprised how lazy this man is.
Because
It blows my
on
mind.
social media, it's 24/7 grind, hustle,
Yeah.
life,
Yeah.
right? It's never stop.
Yeah.
Being with Lewis in person, there's a lot of stop. There's a lot of halting, isn't there? There's a big old halt. Your life is one fucking stop sign.
Guys, when you're the captain of the operation, you delegate, right? It's all about
Don't even
efficiency.
delegate, buddy.
Zach delegates and you ignore him.
I've delegated the delegating to Zach.
Okay. Now, there's been a group chat that's been set up
On what platform?
on text, right? We've been messaging
Right.
each other just before the podcast, right?
Fuck, there's bugs everywhere.
There was a bit of chat while you were in the shower before, and this only came up. It's not like we planned this, right?
Yeah.
It came up because we were cleaning the van, and you obviously fucking fucked off to do nothing.
You
right?
started cleaning after I left.
Huh?
That's
No,
not true.
we were all cleaning as soon as we got here. We're like, all right, before we set up, let's just do a bit of a clean out.
I
you
was
know.
cleaning.
Your dick.
Yes.
In the
I was
shower.
cleaning myself.
Yeah.
In terms of surface area, cleaning
Yeah.
me versus cleaning the motorhome, I have the harder job.
Yeah, right. Well, we realised while cleaning the motorhome that a lot of the stuff was yours,
Mhm.
and that's fine, whatever, you know. But we then started compiling a list. Then the conversation continued. We started compiling a list
Yeah.
of areas in which Lewis has been slacking
Yeah.
on the tour.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, you're very happy for you to defend these.
Yeah.
And
And I'll be able to defend every one of them. Hang on, how many are there?
I don't think you'll be able to defend all of them.
Okay. Well, I'll happily defend
Now.
63% of these.
Yeah. Before we start, by the way,
I'm assuming there's 100.
again, this is a comedy podcast. Now, we don't want to get too personal here, so
Yeah.
you have one veto of where this doesn't need to be discussed on air. Okay?
Well, what the fuck's in the list?
I don't know.
No, it's just fine. It's just we don't want to.
Well, now I'm nervous.
No, we're not trying to.
Did you
end-
find my cum tissues?
No, that
Oh.
would be fine. That sounds off. I meant
Guys,
I was
We're
saying
in-
that he's dirty.
we're in No Nut February, all right?
Yeah. Oh,
No
well,
one's
not
wanking.
Zach.
Well, Zach's had a couple of pulls in the trailer
I've
park
been testing
bathroom.
out the showers all across Australia.
That is
Alright.
disgusting. I decided very early on in this tour that I will not lower my standards to so low that I'm jacking off in a communal bathroom.
What do you feel
Yeah.
like before we get into this intervention,
Yeah.
Zach? How do you feel when you're looking down at you wearing thongs in the shower, just jacking it off? Like, is that not off-putting enough?
Oh no, don't wear thongs in there.
You don't want to get cum in your thongs.
No, I haven't been
Fuck you.
stopping all stations.
Yeah. All right,
Oh.
Lewis. Should I? Okay, Zach. Would you like to start, or I can start if you want? I'll start. Lewis. A few days ago, we had Wheat Bix for breakfast.
Yep.
Now, I don't think you realised this at the time. Obviously, there was one day where there was a cleaning issue. We couldn't get them clean.
Yeah.
Right, because there was the camp kitchen was.
Yeah.
I forget, we had to leave checkout by
We
a
had to
certain
leave,
time.
yeah.
The next day,
Obviously, I couldn't clean, and that's the end of that.
nope. The next day, I went out. I cleaned my bowl, finished it up. Then I was like, you know what? Just to see if for once you'll offer to just do a thing, right?
Yeah.
I put my clean bowl under yours in the sink, left
Yeah.
it there for 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did it get cleaned? No.
Well, no, because I obviously assumed that, seeing as I've delegated you to be an efficient cleaner,
No.
that you would clean
But
all
you-
of the bowls at the same
but you-
time,
you
as
hadn't-
I would have
but
done in your situation.
This is the thing. There was no delegation. You just left it there. And then I cleaned it before.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. All right,
Okay.
that was one gripe.
Yeah. And that's fine. So that's fine.
I think you did it the first day, so I will allow this. But since the first day in Shepparton, whenever we get to a campsite, we have to plug in the van. Usually, one of us will show some initiative, come out,
Yeah.
plug the van in, so we have electricity in the
Yeah.
van. Have you ever done that?
No, because everyone's showing so much initiative, you know.
Okay. Yeah, it just feels like
Yeah.
again they're stacking.
Well, no,
up.
it's good. You know, it's the teams like really adjusting to their roles and getting stuff done. You know, I'm out there delegating. You guys are stepping up to the plate, and I'm proud of you guys. You know, as
Yeah.
captain of the ship, it's really great to see you guys stepping up and
I'm
getting
sorry,
everything
but
done.
I drive most of the time,
Yeah.
so I feel like I'm
There's-
the captain of the
there's-
ship.
No,
Really?
you're the first
No,
mate.
no.
The captain doesn't drive; he delegates.
I
Clearly,
don't think you've ever been on a ship. The captain does.
no, the captain doesn't drive. He's in charge.
No, like on a
We're
cruise
talking
liner.
pirate ship here.
Ah, okay.
He's mostly, you know, under the decks counting up the money while
Mm.
all the peons do the work, right?
Anyway, calling yourself the captain of the ship is kind of the reason why we're doing the intervention.
Yeah.
There is a certain level of.
Is this a fucking mutiny, me hearties?
Yes, well, it is a bit. There's a certain level of
Yeah.
entitlement that
Yeah.
Zach has been calling out a lot behind your back,
Yeah.
and often to your face, and you actually are so focused on your phone
Yeah.
that you actually have sometimes missed it.
Noise cancelling headphones are very good.
That's another thing that's a bit annoying in the drive, but that wasn't one of my
on the list.
But that is annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, that is
We
annoying.
always go, Lewis, can you do a thing? And then we yell at him for 30 seconds until
Yeah.
we have to wave in front of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he finally takes them off and goes, "Oh, sorry, what?" And that's annoying.
Well,
Now,
excuse me
Keelan
for
had a
not
list.
wanting to listen to the oven rattle for 6 hours while I'm back there.
all right.
We all had to do that.
Yeah. Well, you should have brought your noise cancelling headphones, Keelan. Honestly, if you brought your noise cancelling headphones, do you reckon you'd listen to the oven rattle?
I wouldn't wear them in the van with everyone. Like
No.
You, my friend, are a fucking liar.
Anyway.
I wouldn't.
And I quote Lewis today, guys, I think I've hit my social quota
Yeah.
for the week.
Mhm.
He doesn't want to talk to us anymore. Keelan, you have a list?
Oh yeah.
Didn't we miss that then? Because we went under the headphones.
Oh, yeah, that was annoying.
Miss what?
Miss
Yeah,
what?
you were saying something.
Oh, that was, I
said
had a
it to
bunch
his
of
face
stuff.
and that a few times.
Oh, yeah, you've just been saying you do. I don't want to use a direct quote, but fuck you, a useless cunt has been said a lot.
Yeah.
by Zach.
That has been said a lot. Yeah. Yeah.
So my number one thing was
Mm.
last night I set up my bed to go to sleep. I set it up completely ready for me to get in.
Yeah.
Everything was plugged, like
Yeah.
chargers and everything
Uh-huh.
around my bed.
Yeah.
My water was there,
Mhm.
my pillow, my clothes.
Yeah.
all- yep.
Mhm.
And then Luke told me
Yeah.
to leave the van so you guys could talk about me privately
Yeah.
about my birthday.
Mhm.
So I did that.
Yeah.
20 minutes later, I've come
Yeah.
back, and you're in my bed.
This is nothing, actually. I didn't write this down. But during that conversation, Keelan, we were having a discussion at the table.
Mm.
This is no joke. Lewis fell asleep mid-conversation as I was talking
Yeah.
to him. Literally
Did I?
dozed. Yes.
Oh.
It was bizarre. And then, like we were talking like, yeah. And then I was like, yeah. So then obviously because then I started planning out some stuff. And then I looked back at you and you just went, I was like, Lewis, and you went, what?
Man, you know what? Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Mm.
I've been so busy delegating and just, organizing
Yeah.
you boys to do a
Yeah.
good job. And also, the reason why I did that, the reason why I got in your bed, we had a system going where we rotate, right?
Yeah.
You get one night on the floor and then you get 2 beds.
Haven't
You-
actually stuck
big
to
bed
that system
and then
of-
that
Yeah.
bed.
of changing beds though the whole
Yeah.
Really?
Keelan
time.
likes
And it
that
would have been
bed.
That
very,
doesn't make
would have been
sense.
very clear that was the bed I was going to sleep in.
Mm.
Alright.
And then we then went on to argue about whose bed it was,
Yeah.
and everyone was on my side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I said, "Did you just get in the? Did you think I made the bed for you?" And you said, "No, I was just too lazy to make my own bed."
That doesn't sound like me.
Almost sounds like something you'd definitely say.
Yeah, I may have said that.
All right, keep on going.
The next thing is you don't drink, so not much fun.
I'm heaps of fun.
Yeah.
Didn't you see me at karaoke? I sung one song.
That's one really annoying part. Is like we do sometimes like want to go out after the show and have a couple of beverages, and
Yeah.
and then we always go. Oh, Zach and I go. Oh, okay. Well, one of us will stop because we're gonna drive home, and Lewis is like. And that's fine. We knew that going in.
Yeah.
So that I didn't put that on my list because
Yeah.
I knew this going in.
Yeah.
Next one is let me have a look. Oh yeah, you don't always help.
'Cause before you get in,
Yeah.
are we like halfway? Or are we like, this is like the last one, yeah?
There's only a couple left.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Just want to check out where we are.
Yeah.
You don't always help unpack the van when we get to a show. Sometimes you just sit there on your phone until
Yes, I do,
everyone's
bro.
ready. Until everyone's ready, and we go, "Lewis, you coming?" And then
Yes.
you get out.
No,
Yeah.
I do. I do help. I get my
Actually,
merch out of
Keelan,
there.
I filmed him while you were packing. We were packing up the podcast set,
Yeah.
and I helped you like set up some of the stuff. I got the chairs out of the deck and stuff.
Yeah.
And I literally, this is what happened. I got out of deck chair, set them up, and Lewis came out on his phone and just sat in the deck chair that I
Yeah,
set
I
up.
was about to
Then I
bring it
went
up.
into the van and filmed him just sitting there on his phone while you were like on your hands and knees setting up the set. And Zach was like sweeping, and Lewis was just sitting there. Did not at one point go, "Do anyone need a hand?"
I was getting ready to kill this podcast. I'm gearing up. What are you doing, Zach? Right now,
And
slacking
in all
off
that
as
time,
usual.
by the way, you were so focused on your phone. We planned an entire intervention, and you didn't even.
I've actually had to bring in a rule during where we just hang out around the table, the tools down,
Yeah,
because
tools
Lewis
down.
is always on
Lewis
his
is on his
phone.
phone scrolling.
Scroll.
Just
Man,
scrolling.
I'm getting ready. My big project's coming out on
Yeah.
Thursday.
This one's not really more of this one's not really a delegation, but
Mm.
I wasn't aware of this until I took a photo myself. But apparently, you've been wearing the same jocks for 3 days in a row.
No, I was 5.
5.
No, it's not.
Those knobby like the
No, I've
No,
changed.
you've changed.
I've changed.
They're your second pair for the trip. He has no defense because he knows it's true.
Nobby.com.au. Best underwear in the game, right?
We were
So
all so
breathable, so comfortable.
I was thinking like by day 4, I was like, does he know we know?
I
How many
think
pairs
we might
did you
have
bring?
video
I-
and photo.
You know what's
Did
funny?
you not bring it up?
No, you know what's
we haven't done
funny?
any washing.
You know what's good? I brought enough. Like I brought so many pairs of Nobby. Definitely.
You know why? He forgets to take him to the shower.
Yeah, that's
and
why.
then he
Yeah.
doesn't. I forgot to took him to the shower the other night, and then went back and changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I expend so much energy cleaning myself in the shower
Yeah.
that I've got nothing left when I come back.
Yeah. Yeah. That wasn't really a gripe. I wanted to know if you knew.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know if you were aware of it.
It's good to know that you guys are checking me out, MeUndies.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, you can get at nobby.com.au. Should we do this plug?
Yeah. Nobby.com.au. If you know what? If there was ever a brand of underwear to wear 5 days in a row in a hot,
You know what? You tell
sweaty
them how
van
good they are. I'm going to change.
full of 4 dudes, so that's fine. You probably should. I think you put those ones on 2 days ago. I like that he just had no defense. Anyway, a few people walking past, very confused. Yeah, nobby.com.au. $20 a month, flexible subscription. Dude, you can change, cancel anytime, not that you'd want to, right? Because they're the best. Keelan, you've been wearing your Nobby underwear all tour.
Yeah.
I've been wearing them. We've got enough pairs now where we haven't had to do any washing yet, and I'm still just rocking one new pair a day. Some days I'll be rocking dugongs on me cock. Some days I'll be doing whales. You know, a shipwreck was one. A
Yeah.
beach, a summer beach, a cool summer beach vibe on my junk.
I like the
And you can
samurai
get that.
ones.
You can get that for your puss and your tits. They do women's too. So it's a whole range. Is this how long it takes Lewis to get changed?
You know, sometimes I like wearing them so much, I'll put on 2 pairs in one day.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's extra clean. Yeah. Maybe you're cancelling Lewis out.
Oh, gross.
don't. Yuck. Oh man. There we go.
That'll be them bright coloured ones again.
Yeah, it's like the same pair from the first week.
Nobby.com.au, guys. Best underwear in the game. I've got my flamingos on now. You know,
Yes.
I change them every day. They're great.
There's definitely a
Every
possum
day.
in that tree.
There's something in there.
Anyway, guys, that's the end of the intervention.
Zach, I will not be judged by a man who jacks off in a communal washroom of a caravan park. Thank you very much. You two boys,
Yep.
fair enough. I'll cop it, right? But I will not be judged.
I like that you could have easily gone. You threw up outside a Sizzler today.
Yeah, okay, you vomited in a Sizzler. Luke,
Yep.
no worries, right? I'll cop it from you.
Okay.
You wank in public bathrooms and you vomit outside Sizzlers. We've all got our things.
Yeah. What have I done? I've probably done something.
You
shit.
made a woman cry. Oh, no, that was also me.
Guys, I've been doing nothing but net lately.
Mm.
Just killing it.
So there's activity in Airlie Beach. I've
Mm.
been speaking to the guy out there,
Yeah.
and
Oh, the stunt plane. Oh, that's right. So
Stunt
Zach
plane.
goes, I've got something scary to tell you about the stunt plane. And we were like, what? He goes, I'll save it for the show.
So
What's happened with the stunt
I've heard
plane?
from him, and there's been a bit of an issue with the landing gear.
I fucking told you, there's no way I'm getting on this plane.
Wait, so it's still going?
Well, yeah, we'll see what
No
happens.
way!
What's the issue?
So he's waiting on a part from for the landing gear.
Yeah,
Nah.
he won't. Dude, he won't take us up if it's fucked. That's what he's saying.
No, I'm not going on it.
Well,
That's
you think
done it for
planes
me.
don't get maintenance? That's why they're good. It's
I
good
think
that he's
that
getting the landing gear. If
is
he
this-
didn't,
I think that you're talking about airports where there are many employees. This is just some cunt with a plane.
no, it's
This
a
is
business.
just.
Yeah, it's a business.
It's a
Yeah.
business. They
But
do
it's just
stunt
a-
But
plane
Some
maintenance.
ultimately, it's the business is cunt with a plane.
Yeah.
I'll get on. It's like like someone that has a fleet of planes and a fleet of employees. How many guys work there?
Oh, I think it's just him.
I am not getting on this plane.
I
It's
still
some
think-
cunt with a plane.
Is everyone else going to do it?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah. I just think, Lewis copped a little bit of hate in the comments last
I don't care.
last
I'm
week.
not. I am not partaking in cunt with a plane.
You even said your girlfriend will be annoyed
Incorporated.
if you pass down this opportunity. It's a
Yeah.
It's a once in a lifetime
But your
opportunity.
girlfriend will be so angry that she has to write a speech for your funeral.
Yeah, and it'll be a touching eulogy, you know. And you can get up there, say I told you so. You'll, you know.
Yep. You know what? That's what I'll do. I'll get up there and I'll go. That's what you get.
Yes.
And we're $100 away from the Patreon goal to get me to do the flight.
Oh, are
Oh,
we?
really?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we said if we hit because obviously we have to pay the man to send people up in the plane. So fucking Zach, Luke, and Keelan, very expensive, right? You know, you're welcome, boys, making it a bit cheaper. If I am absolutely not partaking in Cunt with a Plane Incorporated.
The best activity of the trip.
It is.
Yes, it is,
What if
and I will thoroughly enjoy it with both feet on the ground.
if you do
If he
it,
gets the landing gear, I'm fine because he's making sure it's all G. He's not going to risk his whole
It'll be
life's
fine.
work.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
I bet
I
it's-
just want to scare the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
guys.
No, I'm still down for
You
it.
know what, Zach? I was on the fence. Should have never told me. Now I'm definitely not doing it.
what if Lewis, if you go up,
Yeah.
you don't have to sleep on the floor for the rest of the trip.
Oh,
This
that's
is
an
the last
interesting offer.
activity.
Yeah, but the trip
How
still
many-
keeps going.
How many trips? How many days after the plane would there be?
About a week.
Yeah.
Ah, I'm still not doing it.
That was a good offer he just passed up. What, were you
Mhm.
going to sleep on the floor?
Yeah, I'll sleep on the floor.
He's used to making beds for me.
Yeah, right. Okay, well that's it. Oh, let's try and you know what? Comment things below or send us messages on ways to tempt Lewis.
But
To
mainly,
do
we're
this.
$100 away from getting Keelan to smash 2 go buckets and then get in the stunt plane of
Yeah.
death.
If you thought footage of him throwing up outside a Sizzler was good, imagine him doing it in a stunt plane.
You know what's funny? His fucking digestive tract's probably so bad he'll throw up Sizzler from a few weeks before.
Yeah. I was saying
Like,
that
oh,
to,
there's all that jelly.
I burped. Yeah, true. You'll throw up green and red jelly. I'm like, this sucks. Anyway, that's the end.
Airplane jelly. That's good.
That's good.
That is good.
Are we
Good one, Zach.
ending it here?
Yeah, we're going to end it here, guys.
Thanks for listening. This has been another a Caravan Park edition of Luke and Lewis. And boy, some feelings have been hurt today. Some spews have been had.
Yeah.
And
You know
more
what this
feelings
was?
have just been hurt.
This is my karma for those horrible things I said to the woman that will edit out of the video. See you later, guys. It's Luke and Lewis. We'll talk to you on Thursday.